now, just giving you the live commentary as what's going on. The big mountain, the big climb, Mount Kingali. Is where the action really started, which is like 100 kilometers from the finish, and you had uh, Pogacar went to the front and he put down the smackdown and he attacked hard and he went and he's when he went, so did Juan Ayuso, so did Remco Evenepoel, and a couple other riders. But unfortunately, Remco wasn't able to stay with the breakaway, and he just like went backwards, like halfway up the climb. He just went backwards, like just like fast. It was amazing the way he went backwards. The same way he looked in the time trial was the same way Poggi looked going over Mount Kigali. But then after they got over Mount Kigali on the descent, uh, Isaac Del Toro was the only one that able to get over the ahead of everyone else. And when he got over the top, was ahead of like I said, everybody else except for obviously Del Toro and Pogacar. And he managed to bridge the gap to Pogacar. But because this race has so many climbs in it, there's so many climbs, like short little punchy climbs. I mean, this is possibly one of the hardest races ever, and it's just proven that. So as they got over the climb, uh, Isaac Del Toro was able to catch up and to Juan Ayuso and Pogacar, and it looked like Juan Ayuso. Uh, looks like Del Toro and Pogacar had some words and was able to like say, okay, when they got to that next little punchy climb, Del Toro just went to the front and smacked it hard. And when he got to the front, they were able to get rid of Juan Ayuso, and Juan Ayuso was just looking. I mean, he just like not even in the class of Pogacar and Isaac Del Toro. So, but that's just where it's at right now. Remco Evenepoel, the group, it's 44 seconds behind. They are sort of working, but not really working well together. The last Eritrean that's still in the group is surprisingly, I would thought it would be Neil Tesfacion or Hanuk Malubahan, but it's Emmanuel Gazibria. He's the last Eritrean that's still in in there with the group. So if these guys are going to attack one another, but if he's able to hang on, that would be a result. And Eritrea is by far the strongest African team in the pro cycling world. So, but Evenepoel is like, looking, he's sitting on the front now. They are 81.9 kilometers to go. They're 46 seconds in the rear of Tadej Pogacar and Isaac Del Toro, and it's not looking good. It's not looking good for the rest of everybody else. I mean, and the crazy thing, there is no real respite. There is no real really like long flat sections for everyone to catch up. So basically, everyone's got to work just as hard as Poggi out front. So even if you're chasing, you got to work just as hard. So what I think is going to happen is I think Isaac Del Toro is going to give everything. I hope Isaac Del Toro hangs on though for Isaac Del Toro hangs on to get a medal, because that would be a big, 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 big plus for Mexico. So you see the riders like each climb like dropping off. This is Kingali, Rwanda. They call it. Is that Michael Matthews getting dropped off? So we got a Belgium on the front. He's like with Remco Evenepoel in the wheel, and they're working hard to try to keep the gap at what it is. So they are 42 seconds 42 seconds in their race, so they're not losing time, and neither is the breakaway gaining. I mean, not losing time and they're not gaining time. So that's what I wanted to say. But that's what it's looking like at the minute. Um, and sorry, just looking up to see the chat and stuff. But yeah, so it's a group of like the chase group is of 34 riders. That's what the group is down for riders. So one of the last riders who I actually personally know is Charles Kagame from Uganda. He was one of the last riders to actually fall off the back. And it was good to see him hanging on for so long. Last time at World Championships, he went off into the front, and he didn't. He rode to the end, but he rode on the front for such a long time. This time he sort of rested. So I was hoping he would be in this group. But at the front, you see right now, it says Tadej Pogacar. He's on the front with Isaac Del Toro on his wheel, and it's just looking really good for these two. And the crazy thing is that both of these two are teammates, so they both ride for UAE. So it just solidifies that who's the strongest team in the world at the moment is definitely UAE, and Isaac Del Toro is definitely the son in waiting. He will be doing some fantastic things coming in the future. Biniam Gourmet, he went at about on the climb of the Kangadi climb, so at about 115 to go, he went. He got dropped off. He was looking okay. I always thought he would like try to hang on after that climb, but even if he hangs on after that climb, it's such a hard ride into the finish that it really you're going to be working hard anyway. It's no way to just sitting. You got to work and you got to climb. The other rider that I thought for Eritrea that might be in there and doing a little bit of thing was Nahum Zarai, and he's like a young up and coming Eritrean rider. He's a really strong rider. He did really good in some of the Asian stage races, and he even won a stage over there. I think it was in Japan. He won on one of the toughest climbing stages, so he can climb. And also in some of the category, I think it's category 1.1 races, he did really well in those races as well. And like, so he's definitely someone to watch out for. So we see Emil Gazibidia, he's like on the back, and he rides for track, but he's obviously riding for his country, Eritrea right now. He's still in the back in the group. The group is down to 34 riders. The gap is at 52 seconds now, so the gap is going out. So we got another rider coming to the front to help the Belgian riders. So the Belgians have two riders at the front now working hard for Remco. Remco's the type of rider. If Remco has it, Remco just goes to the front and takes care of the work. But Remco doesn't have it. He just doesn't have it today. So, hello, Julia. Thanks for chiming in. And I hope, like one of my version of the commentary, you do enjoy it. But right now they are on the last circuit. They have, I think it's like what's that? 5 laps left to go, and the gap is going out. The gap is at 55 seconds, and it's once it gets to a minute. A minute is usually the point of no return. That's when everyone usually settles in and say, okay, the race is going up the road. So let's see if it gets to the minute. And we see Isaac Del Toro, and we got Tadej Pogacar doing really well. My only fear for Isaac Del Toro is that he's showing that in the races when it gets like long, he just doesn't have the legs as yet to go long like Pogacar does. So his legs have matured to that point where he can go long like Pogacar. So that's my only thing that I just hope that he hangs on to at least get a medal. I don't think he's going to beat Pogacar, and because. And the crazy thing with Isaac Del Toro, what I like about Isaac Del Toro, he gets in there and he sticks it in. I mean, he's gonna give you your all. He's gonna really ride. If you ride, he's gonna ride, and that's the type of rider he is. And plus, they are teammates as well, so that's gonna be even more of a situation where it's gonna even more of a incentive. So the gap is out to 56 seconds. You got the Belgium team on the front. You got Remco. Remco is like hitting his bike. Something's happened. Maybe the seat is moved or something. So he had a bike change just now. He just had a bike change. What's up, Jeff? Thanks for tuning in. What's wrong with your face? I don't know. Some people are not good looking like that. I apologize if I made your phone freeze or broke your computer. Just send me the bill and I'll get you a new one. Sorry about the face. But anyway, yeah, so we have, the on one of the climbs again, and you can see Pogacar looking back. He's nursing. He's actually he's. This is what I was saying. I already knew this. He's nursing Isaac Del Toro right now. He's looking back to see where he doesn't want to drop him. He wants to keep him in for a little longer. He's talking to Isaac Del Toro to see how he's doing. It's like he's talking to him. Stay here. Come on, man. This is your silver medal. This is your silver medal. So he's calling. He's calling now for support. If they get support. Oh my goodness, Del Toro is blowing up. This is what I was afraid of. I mean, the guy is so strong, but he just doesn't have the legs. He doesn't have the legs and the ability to go long. Oh man, so what's and the crazy thing is so I'm watching now. So it looks like Pogacar's waiting for Del Toro. So yeah, if so, Pogacar knows that if he gets to Pogacar over, I mean Del Toro over the he he gets the Toro over that. He has someone to ride with. So he's just trying to nurse him over there to get him over there. I really want Del Toro to get the silver medal, man, to get a medal. I don't care. Come on, Del Toro. Dig in, buddy. Dig in. You got to dig in, dig in, dig in. This is going to hurt. They're doing the Cobble climb right now. This is probably one of the hardest climbs in pro cycling. Because the thing about it is not just that. It's cobbled. It's a lot longer than, like, you go to Belgium and you ride the Cobble climbs in Belgium. The Cobble climbs in Belgium are not this long. They are not this long. And Pogacar was explaining how the way they built the cobbles is if they built them in designs of circles, so it's off. So, and there goes Remco. Remco is falling backwards to the group, but I think he's falling backwards to the group because he had a problem with the bike. So it looks like he's looking for a bike to change into, and we'll see. But he just doesn't look. We got to see Emmanuel Gazibbi there. He's still in there. He's like the last African rider that's still in there. And you see Primoz Roglic, he's the last Slovenian rider in there, and the gap is down to 46 seconds, and it's obviously dropped down now because Pogacar is trying to nurse Isaac Del Toro over the climb. So we got one of the Australian riders on the front pushing the pace. Ben Healy from Ireland, he's in second place, and they're pushing the pace, and they know that Remco is having some problems and he's dropping back. He looks like he'll sit in the seat, guys, but I guess the seat is like the angle must be wrong or something. So Emmanuel Gazibia just leaving. He's leaving a slight bit of gap over the top, but he's still within reaching distance. I don't think he's just dropped just yet. Remco Evenepoel has his hand up, calling for some assistance. So Pogacar is still in the front. He's still trying to take care and look after Isaac Del Toro. They lost 10 seconds. You see Pogacar looking back, checking on his man to see how he's going. And I think, but like, I'm pretty sure, Isaac Del Toro is one of those riders that Pogacar really, really likes and wants to see him do really well in the future. So yeah, so they're showing a replay of Remco with his hand up, got his hand up, like signaling, like, something's wrong. I need some assistance here. So he's on the back. So the crazy thing about Remco is that when things go wrong, he is so emotional and expressive. He just lets you know everything that's going. He lets you know when he's not happy. He lets you know when he is happy. That's just Remco. That's just how he is. So now they're really pushing hard. But the thing is, once they get over, they get like, a little bit of flat. So here's Ben Healy with another push and another push hard on the tech. So the other thing is, like, so right now they'll gain time and all of that stuff. But once 75 kilometers to go, and they're going to the start line with 75 kilometers to go, so Remco's getting off the bike. It looks like he's going to get a bike change. He's taking the computer off again. He's waiting for a bike. So he's going to have another moment. What's going on? Remco's waving. So he's looking for the race is going up the road. There's no medals today. Oh my goodness. So he's mad. He's just kicking the ground. He's not happy at all. He's really will Remco even get back on? That would be amazing if Remco got back on. So Remco just got a bike change, pissed. I mean, he is pissed. He's not happy at all. I mean, he's kicking the air. I mean, really, really upset. So the thing now is, his teammates obviously going to have to drop back to come get him, really get back on, really even finish the race now because he's definitely not in with contention. So yeah, it's. Oh. So he's what is it, 30, 45 seconds. So the chase is 45 seconds behind Pogacar, and Remco is 45 seconds behind the chase. So this is the crazy thing about the chase. You got somebody like Ben Healy who's really going to be animated in the chase, and he's going to try to get away from these guys. So he's going to throw in attack after attack. And this is where the time will go back up because so you see Primoz Roglic is still in there. So they're 46, 47 seconds. So they look like they were getting time back, and now it's going back down. It's going back up now to 47 seconds. We'll see where Remco comes through. So Remco's teammates drop back to wait for him. So we'll see what happens when they get over the top. Will Remco be able to get back on the group and be able to contest for a medal? Will he be able to get back in and get back contest for a medal? Yeah, this is turning out to be a super, super exciting World Championships in Kigali, in Rwanda. in the continent of Africa. First time ever a world championships being held in, or any type of world class race being held in the country, or on the continent of Africa, in the country of Rwanda. So don't get it mixed up. Africa is the continent, and all the every like Rwanda, Uganda, South Africa, Egypt, all of these are countries within on the continent. So this is pretty amazing. So you see Roglic sitting on the wheels, not doing anything. Looks like he's causing a bit of havoc, and you got Jai Hindley like attacking, and everyone's following, and Roglic is just following and not doing anything. So yeah, so we got Jai Hindley. And we got Ben Healy. Sorry, off the front. With not off the front, but he's chasing. So they're 38 seconds. Pavel Sivakov, Ben Healy, and the Frolic Andre. Frolic Andre. I'm not quite sure which team he rides for, which a trade team he rides for, but he rides for the Danish team, the Danish national team. So they have gotten the gap down to 38 seconds, and it looks like Remco is on his own. How far they're saying Remco behind? Remco is 136 behind. So we'll see if he is able to get back on and get back in that group, and if he does get back to the group, what's going to be up. So I think this is sort of dangerous for everyone else. What's up, Kyle? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. But I think this is going to be dangerous for everyone else because Pogacar is not putting in 100% right now. He's nursing Del Toro because he wants Del Toro to go as far as he can. So if he's nursing Del Toro and he's not putting in everything, that means that when uh, when Del Toro finally does pop, Pogacar's still going to have a whole lot left in the tank, and everyone's going to be like, everyone else is on their limit. Pogacar's not on his limit right now. Pogacar is just like sort of dumbing it down a little bit so he doesn't, because he could have dropped Del Toro, but he wants that assistance. So because what happens, if long as Del Toro's there, if even if Pogacar's given 100%, when Del Toro goes to the front, he gets to get like a break. He gets to sit in the wheel. So last year when he won the World Championships and he did that 100 kilometers, he didn't have nobody's wheel to sit on. He had to do it all himself. So what's going on now is that now he has someone to help him get to the finish. And Pogacar knows this. And the thing is, Isaac Del Toro knows this. He knows that he needs him there to help him get back on. So Remco is now 1:30 minute and 35 behind, and the chase is at 30. So the third chase is at 47 seconds now. The Healy group is at 39 seconds, and so 39. So it went down to 34, but it's back up to 39. And you see, Pogacar got all types of stuff in his back of his thing, like with the ice pack, and that's pretty cool. He's got the gel in there, so that makes like really good sense with the gel in there, because if the gel's in there with his ice pack, the gel's gonna be nice and cool when it takes it, so it's gonna be nice and refreshing. And if it's hot and you really put it and the pressure's really on to get a nice cool gel, that's gonna feel really, really, really good. So we see Ben Healy, Frolic Andre, and Pavel Sivakov. They are the three that are out front, and you got looks like three more riders chasing them down, and it's like splitting up. So it's going to be really tough for Evenepoel to get back on. So Evenepoel's in a group of five riders with that is Boko Molyneux, Valentin Perret, Gianmarco Gonfoli, Quinton Hermans, and Remco Evenepoel. So that's the Evenepoel group. And we see that Emmanuel Gazibidia, he's still in there. He's the lone African still in the ride. Eritrea, by far, hands down, the strongest African team on the continent. Hello, Gord. Thanks for tuning in. I hope that you enjoy my commentary and you can keep up with if you aren't able to watch the World Championships, but hopefully by me giving you like play by play what's going on. So like Remco he's in amongst the cars. The group is right in front of him right now. And it looks like he's got one teammate in front of him trying to pace him back, and they're trying to get back to the group. So they try to get back to the group, and then they have a chance at a medal. So that's going to be the big thing going for that medal. So he won the Olympic medal in convincing fashion, but this is a whole nother beast. This is a whole nother beast. And he was pretty upset because he had to wait so long for his car to bring his bike. So we see Pogacar and the chase is down to 35 seconds, 34 seconds is fluctuating. So on the downhill, they should be able to gain some time. And and the crazy thing is that I think that if Del Toro wasn't there, I think the gap would be even further. And even if these guys catch up to Pogacar, I think they all know that when it comes to these last few, because there is no break. If you go and look at the profile, it's just a sore tooth of up down up down up. There is no break. And even if these three are able to catch up and get back to Pogacar, because they have to do everything, they have to work. They have to work just as hard as the guys in front. So this is what I try to tell to youngsters that get into racing and understand. If you are on the front and you have someone chasing you and it looks like they're catching you, don't worry about it if it looks like they're catching you, because you know you're out there suffering, and in order for them to catch you, they are suffering as well. So you just keep your head down, you keep suffering, and this is what I used to say: if I'm suffering, I know you're suffering. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ride even harder to make you suffer even more, because the longer you are chasing me out there, that means you're suffering because you're riding harder to catch up. And we see Pitcock, he's still in there, and it looks like the guys are like bunching up. There isn't strung out anymore. So this gap to chase three is going to go out. So the gap to chase three is going out to a minute already. That's not a good sign. Remco is only 20 seconds behind the third chase group. And then we got the group, the chase of the three-man chase of Healy, Sivkov, and Andre. Uh, they are 39, 39, no, 30, yeah, 37, 39 seconds behind. But I think once they start going on these uphill, that gap is going to go out. It all depends on how much uh, uh, what's his name, Tadej Pogacar is going to sit around and wait for that Del Toro. And I personally think, so who's this for Italy? This is Matteo Contonio, is that Matteo Conchoni? No, Contonio? Matteo Contonio. He's just abandoned. So they haven't said that my guy Charles Kugami is abandoned. So we know Charles likes to finish his races. So he did that at the Olympics. He did that at the last Worlds. And there's Michael Matthews. He's officially abandoned. And we know Charles Kagami. He's going to try and ride to the finish if they let him, if they don't pull him out the race, because we know Charles Kagami likes to finish these races, because in a race this big, it's so nice to have that asterisk by your name saying, even if it's 50, 60, 70, 80, you have a finish, a D and F next to a finish, no matter how many minutes behind, looks so much better. So much better. So we see the Remco group. It looks like they're a few seconds behind. Looks like they're going to get back onto to chase group number 3. But Ben Healy group is now losing time, so they were gaining time. So now, like, I won't say the impetus is going out, because when you initially make that attack, your initial attack, there's a lot of energy in it. So you're going to get some time back. But then once you you put out all of you burnt those matches, then you level off. So we see Isaac Del Toro on the front, Pogacar just like taking his time and nursing himself up to 44 seconds. So the time is going back out. They got it down to 35 seconds. So they've gotten back 10. Pogacar and Del Toro have gotten back 10 seconds. So this is it's not good for the chase group of 3. So you want that gap to be staying the same. You don't want it to go up and down. You want it to stay the same. So at 44 seconds, the third chase group is at 103. It looks like, here we go, Remco is just getting back on now. Remco is back in the group of the chase group that is 1 minute behind. So Remco is going straight to the front. He's going to go straight to the front. Let's see what he does. So I think that's the only thing he can do, is just like go to the front and just ride hard and just give everything. So there goes Del Toro. Del Toro's called it a day. Del Toro's called it a day. Oh my goodness. So that means he probably wouldn't even get a medal, because if he's going backwards these fast, that means everyone else is going to catch him pretty good and pretty quickly. Oh my goodness. So what I do like about what Del Toro's done is he's just put his feet to the fire. And what happens is, it's like it's somewhat like what I used to race when I first started. People like, why you do that? Why you do that? Like, you do a race, you go to the front, you go hard, and then you make it 50 kilometers or 50 miles, and then you blow. Then the next race you do a similar race, you remember how everything you went, then you make it 70, then you make it to 110, 120, 140, then you make it to the finish. And then you're contesting the finish, with a lot more ease. And I think this is going to bode so well for Isaac Del Toro in the future. It's sort of disappointed to see him go back because I really wanted him to hang on there and get a medal, and it was looking really good. And I think his main job was to, I think that was personal when they got rid of Ayuso. I think that was personal because I think if it would have been just Ayuso and Pogacar, Ayuso was just going to try and sit on his wheel as much as he could. Ayuso wasn't going to do anything, not a dang thing at all. So now you see the group is, what is it now? They have 45 seconds. Uh, so what? Yeah. So what's going on here? Um, So we still, the gap is going out to 47 seconds. So Pogacar is putting time in these three, and the chase group is like, so Healy and the three up front, they're not working well together. So they're that's why they're losing time, is because you got So Emmanuel Gazibia is still in there. Come on, Emmanuel, hang on there. Don't let these guys go anywhere. So he's doing really well. Emmanuel Gazibia from Eritrea. This is just amazing. I mean, you got to stay in there, Emmanuel. Emmanuel Gazibia from Eritrea. He's still in the race. He's still in the mix. And so that Isaac Del Toro is going back. So before it was just one medal up for grabs. Now it's two medals up for grabs. So Remco Evenepoel is going to the front. Isaac Del Toro, he's getting water and it's ice, and he's just chilling out, and he's just waiting for the group to catch up, and just take his time in doing his thing. So Remco is on the front now. He's driving it. He's trying to do some damage to the time, and they 51 seconds. The second group is 51 seconds. So Remco is going to the front, and he's looking back. This is where it's going. The time is really going to go out because everyone's going to look to Remco to do everything. Tom Pidcock is still there. He's in third wheel. He's still hanging in there, looking really well. So now we got Pogacar off the front. And I just noticed in the design of the jersey of so we've lost the feed. So I think I was wondering what that was going to happen. So what happens is that you got random people like showing the like world championships. They just showing it live, and what the organization's going to go do is they're going to like see who's showing it live, and then they just chop your feed. So we're just seeing Red Walters. They just flash back to see Red Walters on the screen. Hmm. Yeah, so it looks like they've chopped the feed. Unfortunately, looks like they've chopped the feed. And I think that's going to be about it, unless we're going to just keep trying to see if it comes back. So, yeah, let's try this one and see what happens with this one. So where are we? We're going to showing. So you see Remco still on the front, able to find a feed that's still showing. Pogacar's out the front by himself. Pogacar's got a gap of like 58 seconds now. So basically, the only messed up part is it's Pogacar versus Remco Evenepoel. So Remco is the only one really riding on the front. So as long as it's Remco doing all the riding, and the hardest parts of this ride is going to be on the climb. If they are, that's probably the easiest place to get back time, in my opinion, is the place where you can get back time. Everyone's on even. It's whoever's the strongest rises. The cream rises to the top. But I think as long as Ramco is the only one really pushing it, because you see Ramco on the front, Ben Healy is in second wheel, Pitcock is still there. I don't know, is that in fourth wheel? Number 40, can't see. It's either Matteo Scalmos or Frolic. I think it's Matteo Scalmosa. So because I doubt it'll be Frolic because he just came up the front. So it looks like Healy and Evenepoel put in a little gap on everyone else, and they're trying hard. And we have approximately we're at kilometer 200, and we got just under 60K to go. So we're looking at like 50. Well, it says 62.1 kilometers to go. So, okay, because I only see 260 on the thing. So it's 260 something kilometers. So we have with 62 kilometers to go. We have Patrick Pogacar off the front with 52 seconds. We had Ben Healy and Remco Evenepoel go away for a minute and like from the group, but now they are 7 seconds ahead. So now it's Thomas Pitcock, Ben Healy, Remco Evenepoel, and Matthias Scamosos, and they are 7 seconds ahead of everybody else. So the gap to Pogacar is still 55 seconds. But I think those four. So now we have Jai Hindley joining the group. Now we have a group of five. The only person that needed to be there, I think, would have been Primoz Roglic, but he's dropping off. And my man at Emmanuel Gazibia, he's back in the group. I didn't think that this is not his like forte. This is not his specialty. Like this is a pretty tough climb, so it's not likely that he would have been able to move with these guys and get up with these guys. So, but he's still staying in the group, so he's going to be in their group on the road as they go over the top. Primoz Roglic is still in there. I was hoping Primos, so we see Emmanuel Gazibria. Is he in this group? No, he's not in this group. So that means he's just at the back of this group. Come on, Emmanuel. Come on, Gazibria. Come on. So he's doing really well. So I think he rides for track, or he used to ride for track. I know he used to ride for track. I think he still rides for Gazette track. Super strong rider, and I'm really surprised that he's the last rider. I was putting my money on not now Tasfacion or maybe Hanuk Malubrahan. Those are the two riders I was putting my money on to possibly be, the last riders for standing for Eritrea. But it's Emmanuel Gazibria. I mean, he's putting in a super fantastic ride. So they're coming now to 60 kilometers to go. There's a group of five, and you got Jai Hindley on the front with Jai Hindley, Ben Healy, Remco Evenepoel, and Matthias Gasmosus, and that's your five that are chasing. They are 55 seconds down. It looks like the start finish they're coming through, but this is the finish of the TT, the finish line of the TT where Ramco is probably rolling through that line, and it was probably so beautiful when he rolled through this line. But now he's rolling through, and he is chasing 44 seconds, like they're down to 44 seconds, and it's like Remco is putting on the pressure. But this is the thing, it's like they have to ride so much harder, and the thing is, if they don't all work together, then the time will there we go, and they're showing some the African acrobatic riders. So some talented young men there. So it's 44 seconds. You got two riders of us, Paul Sexus and one Ayuso at a minute and 4. So the Abner crew group is going out to a minute. So it went from 44 seconds, so the time gap was wrong, so it jumped out to a minute. That's crazy. I thought they were getting time back, but it's going the other way. That is not good at all for those 5 riders. Primos is in the group, and the chase is it as a 1-2 group. What they're calling it, the peloton. And we see Emmanuel Gazibre is still in that group, And we see Pogacar out there. He's looking like he's doing a similar thing to last year. I mean, but the crazy thing is, if you watched him in the interview, he said uh, he said that to go from Monkingali, it's 100 kilometers. So he didn't think that he was going to go from that far. So now we see the group of five, like Pidcock, is getting distanced a little bit. So is this it for Pidcock? I mean, is he? Everyone's at the limit. So it looks like he's gonna get back home, but he got distance for a second there, but he's back on. It's back onto the group, and so you got the five all together again. But Pickup got distance for a second. He is a distance of maybe a second or two, but he's back on. I think it's because when Remco goes to the front, Remco really fires it up, and when he fires it up, I'm pretty sure the time comes down. But the crazy thing is, everyone else doesn't have the same speed as Remco. So Pickup. And then Pickup could be playing games again too, because if you drop off the back, make it look like you're struggling, then everyone thinks that you're hurting and you're in pain. So you're going to see Ben Healy try to force Pidcock to get back in there. So he's going to make Pidcock get back up to do. And this is not good. So what this does is it interferes with the chase. It interferes with the rhythm. And once you interfere with the rhythm, then yeah, that's not a good thing at all. You don't want to mess with the rhythm. So you see Remco trying to get some nutrition in, and they are still saying it's 1 minute down. Paul Saxes is 5 seconds behind them. Then you got so Paul Saxes and Juan Ayuso was together. So Juan Ayuso is gone. So where is you can't see Ivan Del Toro? He's gone. He's probably I don't know, maybe he just did that just to help out Pogacar. And Pogacar really, you could see Pogacar really trying to will him on to try to get him to the finish, because I was really hoping Del Toro would hang on and try to go and get that silver medal. But that wasn't to be. Let's see, Pogacar's on the front. He's got a 1 minute gap. Ramco, the chase group of Ramco, Evenepoel, Matteo Scamosa, however you want to say it, Thomas Pidcock, Ajay Hindley, Ben Healy. There's a chase group of five from 1 minute behind, and then 1 minute and 15 seconds behind is Paul Sextus and Juan Ayuso, and then at 2 minutes is Primoz Roglic's group, which contains Giulio Ciccone, Pavel Sivkov, Afonso Ilua, Jan Christian Haura Tejada, Isaac Del Toro, Tom Skuins, and Frolich Andre. And my guy, Emmanuel Gazibre, was doing good, but he's gone from the group because, like I said, the finish to the ride, there is no hiding. It's just up and down the whole way. There is nowhere to hide. So it's Pogacar is now it's saying he's still at 1 minute. It's like and that's a good thing. They're holding him at 1 minute. And this is similar to what happened last year. They got to a certain point and they were able to hold him to that minute. Definitely able to hold him to that minute. So Ramco's on the front doing most of the work, which is the only way they are going to even stay in. Long as Ramco's on the front driving it like that, then that's the only way they're gonna stay within touching distance. But you see now, Juan Ayuso, and who's giving his everything, and Juan Ayuso and Paul Saxes, they're trying hard to stay away from everyone else. And oh man, this Juan Ayuso is such a talented young man, but he is definitely not ready yet. He just needed to, he wasn't happy. He wanted to be the man, but he's not ready to be the man. And he's leaving UAE, and it looks like he's going to track a little. That's a big mistake, man. That was a big mistake. I mean, the amount of money UAE is paying him as well to stay there and learn from the best. You stay there and you learn from the best, and it's crazy that he's abandoning that. So, Pogacar's the time is going out, so he's out to 102. So the clock is going the wrong way for Remco and company. So there's Remco Evenepoel, Matteo Scamosa, Thomas Pidcock, Jai Hindley, Ben Healy. The clock is going the wrong way. Thomas Pidcock is still in there. So he is. Yeah, all still five is still there, because when you look at the camera, the camera is not the greatest. Not the greatest. I guess because it's coming through a third party. So, but at least you can make up the riders. So Remco, 2 bike changes two bike changes. I'm pretty sure two bike changes, and he's still at the head of the race, with the potential for a medal. So this is going to be tough. If Remco doesn't get a medal, I would not be surprised because he is doing so much work right now. And that's usually what happens. So he's driving so hard to try to close the gap. I think if I was Remco, I would just ease up, and just ride the same speed as everybody else and ensure myself that I do get a medal because the time is going the wrong way. It's now at 1:02. Number of cobble kilometers left, 15 kilometers of cobbles. So each section is about, let me see, divide the 15 by 4. So like 3 point something, maybe 3.5 kilometers, 3.6 kilometers on the climb each time. And we see Tadej Pogacar, he's just looking comfortable, man. It just looks like, this like a walk in the park. Not that I would say a walk in the park. Let's not take the guys for granted because there's some talented riders behind him. So we're not gonna talk down on those guys or discredit those guys. But yeah, this is Tadej Pogacar out the front with 54K to go, 54 kilometers to go, 1 minute and 2 seconds in front of Remco Evenepoel, Mathieu Scamoso, Thomas Pidcock, Jai Hindley, Ben Healy. So that's the first group. That's the first chase group. The Evenepoel group, and then the third group on the road is Paul Saxons, Juan Ayuso, who are 118 behind. So they're in touching distance of Remco, but as long as Remco is driving on the front, that's going to be really hard for those guys. At 1 minute 30 seconds, you got the Roglic group. There's Primoz Roglic, Frolic, Andre, Giulio Ciccone from Italy. And the crazy thing, he's the last Italian in there. And Italians, at one point in time, Italians used to just rule the world championships. They had so many winners in there. They used to argue amongst themselves during the race as to who's going to win the race. But that was back in the 90s, and how times have changed. So you have Pavel Sivakov, Afonso Ilula, Elelio, Afonso Elelio from Portugal, Jan Christian from uh, this like Switzerland, Harold Tijada from Colombia, Isaac Del Toro, he's back in the group. He's from Portugal, and Tom Scoins. I believe that's Danish. So they're 133, 138 behind. So that's the Primoz Roglic group. So man, it's a shame to see Del Toro back there, but at least it's in there, and I hope he finishes that. Just go on and finish the race. The medal chance is going. It looks like for Isaac Del Toro, but I think he's definitely going to be someone to look up for in the future. So right now in the chase group, you see Pidcock. He's on the front, taking his turn on the front, and then going to the front now is Remco Evenepoel. So Remco is doing his thing. So yeah, so it looks like Pidcock's looking for some type of assistance, like he's looking for water, looking for fuel or food or something. So, and it's a shame. Even if Remco wouldn't have had the bike changes, I don't think it would have made a difference. So he's telling the Shimano when he did like this replaying when he did get he stopped forward to get his replacement bike, and the Shimano guys tried to stop. He just like waved them on. I don't want no Shimano bike. I want my bike. So Remco had to wait for his bike, and he was really upset because he was kicking the air. He was so upset, but he's able to pull himself together. He's in the group 102 behind. I can't be still 102. Is it still 102? Let me just refresh and see if the time is still 102. And we are, yeah, still at 102. Still at 1 minute and 2 seconds. So because right now this Pogacar riding against Evenepoel. So that's the mono a mono right now. The mono a mono, and this is what I see with Remco Evenepoel. So for some reason, his Remco Evenepoel is similar to Isaac Del Toro in that he doesn't. Well, he's been riding longer than Del Toro, so he should have the legs to do a bit better. So the Slovenian national team are able to come up next to Pogacar because they have more of a minute gap. But I think Remco should be a bit, further than Isaac Del Toro fitness wise. I mean, it comes to endurance riding. But he's not quite he's not quite where I think he should be, and maybe that's because of the accidents he keeps having, and it keeps putting him down for like 3 months out of the year. But he's like he was stunning in the time trial, but the time trial is one thing to do this this like amount of this distance. It's crazy. So it looks like when it comes to the endurance department, Remco doesn't have it. He is super fast. He is definitely fast. When he's on that time trial bike, you cannot touch him. You cannot touch him. So the time has dropped down to 55 seconds. And I think that's mainly because they're going uphill. So and this is what Pogacar did last year in the World Championships. When he got on the climbs, he sort of didn't put everything into the climbs because it was too far to go to be putting everything into each climb. So you manage to climb, you lose a few seconds here, but you gain some on the backside of it, and then you just keep doing that all the way to the end. So like I said, so it went down to 55, but now it's back out to 58. So it's got 50 kilometers, about zero point 0.4 kilometers, and he'll be at 50 kilometers to go. Then it's 50K to go, and then he's on his way to possibly going back-to-back World Championships. If he goes back-to-back World Championships, that would be one for the books. It wouldn't be a first, but because we know that Peter Sagan won 3 in a row, and then you had Julian Alaphilippe who won 2 in a row. Man, that tea is good. That natural tea is good. So this is our, looks like we got a rider catching up to Saxis and Juan Ayuso. So we have 2 French riders now. 2 French riders that are 149 behind. So 2 French riders and the one rider, Juan Ayuso. And they are 149. So they have 49 seconds. So the gap is back out to 1 minute. And like I said, with the heels and with they keep going, it's going to do that all the way to the end. I'm pretty sure it's going to do that all the way to the end. So they're on the steep downhill before they hit that cobble climb again. And then after they hit the cobble climb, this time it's only 3 more ups, 3 more times to go up to do this cobble climb. 3 more times. So I'm sorry if you're tuning in. If you tune in to see video, apologies that I can't bring you any video. But yes, I'm here watching it on my someone's got a feed going on YouTube and able to watch it. So the Ayuso group is now swelling. It was just the 2 of them. Now it looks like the 5 of them, so Primoz Roglic is in the back of this group, and they are 55 per seconds behind Evenepoel, Scamosa, Pitcock, Hindley, and Healy. And I'm just wondering who's going to be the first to crack from the Evenepoel group. I think, unless Pitcock is bluffing and he calls my bluff, I think Pitcock's going to be the first person to go when they start getting into these last few climbs. So we see Pogacar on the descent. He's on the descent, and then he's going to hit that cobble climb again. And I think that if Isaac Del Toro had not been there, I think this gap would be a whole lot bigger because he would have been a whole lot harder initially, but he didn't go as hard as he would have normally went if he was on his own, because he was trying to make sure that Del Toro hangs on as long as he could, but that was just not the case. That was not the case. So it looks like we are 48 minutes in, so it looks like it's probably another. Thank you for hitting the like button. I appreciate you. Everyone has hit the like button. So it looks like we have we're going to have about to hit this the cobbled climb once again, and it's the Côte de Kimahamaru Kimi Hura Hurura Kimi Hurura Côte de Kimi Hurura. It's 1.3 kilometers long at an average of 6.2%. But then it tops off, but then it drops down, but then it continues to climb some more. So the Côte de Camus, they got to do that. The Côte de Kimi, we're just going to call it the Côte de Kimi. Pogacar's about to hit the Côte de Kimi, and we see Remco on the front. He's been on the front a lot for this group. He's doing pretty much all of the work for this group. and that I'm surprised that they actually so the gap to the Roglic group is out to 2 minutes and 10 seconds now. The gap to the Evenepoel group is now 1 minute and 3 seconds. I don't know if they are saying, okay, this is it. We're riding for silver and bronze, because the gap is out to 1 minute, and that's the biggest gap Pogacar's had so far, 1 minute and 3 seconds. So it's back to 102, and let me see. No, that's not working. Move. So yeah. So Pogacar's going. He's going over the cobble climb now. He's hitting the cobble climb now. What's it looking like? So he's almost to the. Looks like he's almost to the top of it already. Remco's on the front pushing it. Healy looked like he's struggling just a little bit, but Healy's still hanging in there. Healy's on the outside. Is Healy going to try and attack? Pitcock is still hanging in there. Scamosa is still hanging in there. Right now, for these guys, the only thing, I'm pretty sure the only thing these five riders, Evenepoel, Hindley, Healy, Pitcock, and Scamosa, they're all thinking about medals right now. That's the biggest thing. And the World Championships is probably the only race where being on the podium matters. Getting a medal matters. All of the other races, it's just like you make it to the podium, everybody only remembers the winner. But at the World Championships, you do get quite a bit of recognition for being on the podium. So it's quite lucrative, and it's a big drive for all of these riders to get on the podium. So Poggy's pushing. He's just about coming to the top of this climb. He's at 40, about to hit 45K to go. The time gap is down to 55 seconds, so it looks like they're cutting some time on the climb. So who is his attack? Who's his attacking on the front? Um, okay, is it the Danish rider? I'm not quite sure. Is it Skalmosa? It's not Hindley, not Healy. Oh no, this is from the main group. Does it say USA? No. I can't see who that is. Don't have the best feed coming through here. And Swiss rider. So Scamosa has attacked. Scamosa's he's chasing on his own right now. That's Scamosa? No, it's not Scamosa. So it looks like that's an attack from the chase group to Pitcock. So I thought it was the attack from this group, but it's not. So it's attack from the chase group trying to. So that young Christian, he's trying to get across to. That's a big gap to cross. He's over a minute behind. So that's a big ask for young Christian to try to get across to Abnapool, Scamosa, and Pitcock. So yeah, like I said, my screen is not the best. So it's someone who's like is falling off the back of the group, and the Abnapool group is now at 114, and I couldn't quite see, but it looked like Pitcock was falling off. So Hindley was the one that dropped. So Pitcock is still in there. Nice for Pitcock. So you got two English riders still in there with a chance for a medal. So that would be flipping amazing if you had a Pitcock and Healy second and third for on the podium. So Pitcock is just losing touch. So Healy's just there. So Pitcock just losing touch. Hindley's going. Hindley's off the back. So we're gonna see if Pitcock is able to get back on. I think Pitcock will get back on because this is the way he rides in mountain bike. He usually rides cyclocross like this as well too. He like lets the gap, but he's able to close the gap. He has those surges in him. He's able to put in them surges. So we have Hindley is going. Hindley is off the back, and we see uh, Healy looking back. So these H's are getting me all messed up. You got Healy looking back to see what's going on. Scamosa and Remco on the front. And we'll see if Pitcock's going to get back on. Come on, Pitcock. Dig deep, dig deep, dig deep, dig deep. Come on, Pitcock. So they detached Pitcock from the group now. So will Pitcock be able to get back on? He's there in touching distance. I think he can get back on if he wants to, but we'll see. So Remco is looking back Well, I'm trying to figure out why he's looking back and who he's looking for. So Pitcock is detached. So it's 5 seconds. So the gap is now 1:15. So if it's looking like it's possibly two Englishmen that can get a medal, that is looking a little less likely now. So the only person that's in there with a chance is Healy to get like a silver or a bronze medal. And the one of the most kick in the sprint. Well, Remco has a pretty devastating kick. Remco has a pretty good kick. So Pitcock is now 5 seconds behind, and the gap is 1:08. The gap went out to 1:14 for Pogacar. Yeah, 44 kilometers, 44 kilometers exactly to go. So looks like he's got 3 more laps to go before he can claim his second world title. So Remco is he dropped the guys? No, he's not. Like he put in attack. He's trying to get rid of Scamosa and he's trying to get rid of Healy. So the thing is, he just got to keep going. He's got to keep digging because these guys, and I think he's strong, but I think he should have done that on the climb, and just and as long as he keeps doing that, I don't think those guys are going to be able to hang. But it looks, but if he's able to put that on, I think he's going to ride away from these guys. I think Remco will ride away from Matthias and Ben Healy. So the group is coming through. No more Emmanuel Gazibidia. He's gone off the group. In this group is you've got my man Isaac Del Toro still in the group. Primoz Roglic, Frolic, Andre, I say Giulio Tricconi, Jordan Jaget, Paul Saxes, Pablo Sivakov, Juan Ayuso, Alfonso Ilu Lelio, Harold Tajida, Isaac the Total, Tom Skunes. That's the group that's 2 minutes and 15 seconds behind, and just in front of them at 2:33 behind is Jan Christian because he attacked the group trying to get across. Yeah, Hindley is at 1:44. Thomas Percock is 1:17, losing time, so it's going out to over 10 seconds now. Pitcock, so it looks like Remco is, he's trying to put the hammer down. He's trying to get guys to come through. So if these guys decide they don't want to work with Remco because Remco's attacking him, that could be a chance for Pitcock to get back on. But we'll see. We'll see if Pitcock gets on. And well, 105, a minute and 5 seconds between Tadej Pogacar, Remco Evenepoel. 1 minute and 5 seconds behind. And in the Remco Evenepoel group is Matteo Scamosa, Ben Healy. They have 42 kilometers to go, and they are now it looks like they on lap 3 to go. So they on after they cross the finish line again. Then there will be 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Pitcock now at 117 behind. So he's falling back. He's falling behind. J.I. Hindley is at 144. Jan Christian at 233. 233 behind. So I'm gonna bring it to you as long as the feed doesn't get chopped because it's getting up to like 6,000 viewers, 7,000 viewers. And what happens when it starts to get up really high, then it hits the algorithm, and then the ASO they will chop the feed. So we'll see how long it goes. So somebody was running the feed, and he was like he had people obviously paid for advertising, and he was running commercials. The man was running commercials on a pirate feed. That's crazy. That's crazy. So Ben Healy on the front, Remco in second, and Scamosa in third. So it's like they're taking turns and they're helping out. So, but I just don't think they are as strong as Remco. But the crazy thing is, the playing field levels out the longer the race gets. Because as we've seen from the tours, the stage races that Remco has done, he just doesn't have the endurance that everyone else has. He just can't keep going like everyone else does. So Scamosa getting a feed, pretty important feed. And the crazy thing, the other thing about that feed is he gets to miss a turn on the turn. So Pitcock getting the feed as well. He is, oh man, it went from 17 seconds. He's now to 26 seconds behind. So the time is ticking out quickly. So that looks like it for Pitcock. It looks like he's going to get a really good placing. Not as high as he would like. But yeah, and Healy is definitely my man for the future. Healy is definitely going to be walking in the footsteps of, or riding in the wheels of Sean Kelly. Uh, I think he will get a world championship. I think Healy will get like a big stage race win. I don't know which one, but he will, because he's that much, has that much tenacity. And watching him in the Tour de France this year, and he was climbing really well. So this is something that he will learn to do. So that's the one thing he's going to learn. His climbing is going to come on. Then the next thing that comes on is his time trialing. So you work on, as the years go by, you work on one thing at a time. So I think the first thing, like, you can see the climbing coming. The climbing is coming, and that's really good to see the climbing coming. And then once the climbing, he gets the climbing done and he's able to stay with the other guys, then you work on the time trial, and I think that's how it's going to go. So I think that's what we're looking at. Tadej Pogacar still up front, 1 minute and 3 seconds ahead of everybody else, 39 kilometers to go, and with Remco, Matteo Scamosa, Ben Healy chasing at 1 minute and 2 seconds behind. So, and then you have Pitcock. He's in no man's land. We don't know quite where he is, but we know he's in between, because we got a Jai Hindley at 144, but they don't got a clock on Pitcock, so he's in between Hindley and the Avenue group. So Hindley's at 144, and Pitcock is they don't have a time for him. They don't have a time for him. So with 39 kilometers to go, and with over a minute gap, it looks like that these guys are riding for the silver and bronze. So you got three riders riding for silver and bronze. So, and that's the crazy thing, that when you always seem to have, uh, if there's one medal up for grabs left, you have two riders riding out, battling out. You have two medals up for grabs. You have three riders riding it up. You have three medals up for grabs. Then the group is always four. It's always one, like a group. It's always a group where, or it's always a situation where one person is going to miss out. That sort of sucks. So unless Remco gets rid of somebody else, then that will be it. So we're on the no, we're not on it. We're just on one of the many climbs. Like I said, this is Rwanda. It's land of 1,000 hills. So it's like the saying, like, death by a thousand cuts in Chinese, that are into saying. Well, this is this is this is this is death by a thousand wheels. I mean, 1,000 hills. Death by a thousand hills. That's just how it goes. So I haven't seen an abandon for Charles Kagame yet. So I think he's still out on the course. Like I said, Charles Kagame is the type of rider, he wants to finish the race. He's not just gonna stop. He wants to finish the race, and that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna try and finish. I need some snacks. Should have had some snacks. So you see Remco is still chasing hard. Remco on the front. Remco doing a lot of work. And looking at the crowd in Rwanda is massive. The crowds are massive. So you see Pogacar is going to hit this downhill. And there's like five little groups out on the road, but he's about to hit this downhill. He's on the downhill. Now, before he hits the last climb, and then once he hits that, not the last climb, but this is like a little up and down before we get to the cobble climb. So he's gonna do this climb. You hit the top of this. Is called the Cote de Kigali Golf. So I guess there must be a golf course next to it. So the Cote de Gali, Cote de Kigali Golf, before he hits the Cote Kimi. The Cote Kimi, the gap is still 103 to Young Christian. It's 233. And then in between Young Christian and the Remco group, you got Pitcock and Jai Hindley. The Remco group is only three riders: Remco Evenepoel, Matteo Scamosa, Ben Healy. They are 1 minute and 3 seconds behind Tadej Pogacar, who is now 36 kilometers to go. He's about to hit the Cote, the Kimi. That's the cobble climb, and he's got to do it three more times. three more times. And like I said, the crowd in Rwanda, in Kigali, the crowd is flipping amazing. The amount of people there that amazing. The number of riders within 10 minutes of the winner in the World Championships men's road race. In 2024, 37. In 2023, 22. 2022, 84. uh, 2021 61, 2020 41. So the more riders that there are within the 10 minutes, that means the flatter the race was. So it was more when you see like big numbers like that, it means it's a sprinters final. 2022, who won that year? I think that was one of the years that Alaphilippe won. I'm not quite sure which race that was, but I think that might be the year that Alaphilippe won. So I think Del is still in that group. They're at 3 minutes now. So they're slow, quite right down the Primoz Roglic group. So that means I think the Toro should be able to ride in with that group. So fantastic ride for him. So we're still at 102 for Pogacar, to Remco Evenepoel. These guys are still pushing hard. They're pushing hard to stay in front of the other guys that are chasing. So this is like I said, there's just so many hills. I thought that was Remco for a second. So they're showing the pits and all the guys in the pits. Total Energy sponsors everybody, man. So 35K to go, 35K to go. So Bogey has crested the Côte de Kigali. So he's crested the Côte de Kigali. What happened there? So the Pitcock's getting some assistance, talking to. So the Belgian fans, man, this was an opportunity missed, man. I really wanted to be, once they announced the World Championships in Kigali, I was like, really, I said, man, I have to be there. And look, I'm here talking to you like right now and not even there. So Pogacar's got a pretty good gap. He's about to hit the downhill. And this is going to be a big downhill, but it's going to be a couple little, like it's going to go down, up, down a lot, up, and then drop down quite a bit before he hits the Côte de Kimenai one more time. So let's see, the gap is out to 106 now. So I wonder what it will be by the time they get to the finish. Will they be able to, close it even more before they get to the finish? So we got 34 kilometers to go. So the kilometers are going to go pretty quickly now for this descent. So the kilometers are going to go by really fast for the descent. Then it's going to slow up once again as they hit the Côte de Kimene, the Côte de Kimi. So 106. So Pogacar's found a few more seconds again. A couple more seconds. He found a few more seconds. And if you can, go on Instagram and look at some of the riders, your favorite riders. Look at their Instagram leading up to the World Championship. You will see some amazing videos, some amazing footage. You see like the how big, like how popular bikes are. So many bikes are used for transportation. The roads are in fantastic condition. And the main reason the roads are in such good condition is because they are not heavily trodden with cars and vehicles like the rest of the world. Most of the people that use the roads are on bikes. There are people that have cars. There are a good number of cars, but the majority of people use bikes as transportation, and the bikes are not going to ruin the roads. So the roads are in pristine condition. They're beautiful, the nice, the fast, just like in really, really good condition. And that's something that Pogacar was speaking about as well, too. the great condition that the roads are in. So he's hitting the Mount Kiminai, the Côte de Kiminai now. He's hitting the Côte de Kiminai. He's about to ascend that. And once he gets to the top of that, then it'll be uh, is it 2 laps to go? So the gap is out to 107 now. So he's almost a kilometer ahead. Like in distance, he's almost a kilometer ahead. So I think if he pushes it out to maybe 110, 115, he'll be a whole kilometer ahead of everybody else. And I think this is where he's going to get a lot of the time. So I think he's going to go sort of moderate on this one and maybe the next one. But for the last lap, I doubt he would do that. I'm pretty sure he's gonna, you know, punch it. So, and this is a pretty amazing. I mean, just to see the man do that. He said to go from Montegali would be would be wouldn't be doable. It's just too far to go. But he still did it anyway. He went from there and he took Juan Ayuso with him, and then Isaac Del Toro was able to get onto the group. So it was a group of Pogacar, Isaac Del Toro, Juan Ayuso, and they were the breakaway three after Montegali. But on the next little small little bump, coupled little climb at the bottom of on the bottom of the backside of Montegali, I mean, Isaac Del Toro really punched it and punched it hard and basically did that to get rid of Juan Ayuso. And that was all she wrote. So now we're on this climb. It's 103 now, so it looks like we've got a few seconds back. So I think it's going to stay at that. There isn't going to be much change unless they attack one another. They're not attacking one another. They are all at the wits' end. I think Remco is probably the strongest person there. We'll see. So this is looking good. You see Pogacar out the front. And so glad that I'm not listening to the commentators because those guys just really drive me crazy with their rhetoric. I mean, they I'm not looking for any chinks in anybody's armor. I'm calling the race as it is, how the riders are going and stuff, and how the riders are performing. So the other crazy thing is we saw Ramco really destroy everybody in the time trial, and then come to find out that Pogacar landed, he touched down like 2 days before the time trial, so he didn't get a chance to get acclimated to the elevation because he said is it elevation. So he's been there for a week and a bit, so he's gotten a chance to get acclimated to the weather, and it's showing. I mean, not the weather, but the elevation. So the time is going back to 108. And I think that if Remco doesn't like stay consistent on the climb, because the climb is where he initially got hurt on Montegali, was when Pogacar just went and he just really got hurt. And I was really surprised to see him go back. So Remco's on the front. Remco's not doing no massive pace. He's just riding tempo. When I say tempo, just basically the speed of the leader. And yeah, that's what it is. Unfortunately, so Ben Healing with that lean to the side, head lean to the side. He's there on second wheel to Remco. And then you have Matheus Gamoso. That attack that Remco put in, maybe he should have saved that for later in the race because I think he was really trying to ride. So what's happening now? So it's now 112. So Pogacar is definitely climbing faster than these guys at the minute. And yeah, I sort of thought that this would be the place where these guys would hemorrhage time to Pogacar, and that is exactly what's happening. So we are at 30K to go, 30K to go. So we see Remco, Healy, and Scamoso is coming over the top, and here we see Pogacar coming to the start finish line, which he's got to do. Go through it one more time. One more time. So let's go, let's go, let's go. So there goes Pogacar. We're gonna run the clock, or we won't be able to see it though. We won't be able to see it. Time's out to 1:14 now. And now that Remco has come off the front, time's going out. So I think Remco is going to wait. I think he has to wait. He can't go just yet because I think those guys still have the legs to chase him down. So he needs to wait and then put in maybe the last lap. Two laps to go. 2 laps to go. I bet you Pogacar wishes this was the last lap. So 117. They're going backwards now. 117. The clock is going the wrong way. I know why I'm getting sleepy, so I have to use me crunching. I'm so sorry. 118. Time is ticking up. Pogacar must be motivated. I need some tea on my mushroom coffee. So we've got the team car up there. They're talking to him, trying to help him out, seeing what he needs. The crazy thing is he's talking to Pogacar. Sporty director, what do you say to Pogacar? And you can see Remco. The man does not hide when he's not happy. He's just not happy with what's going on. He does not hide it. He shows it on his face. He just lets, everyone knows how I feel. There's 28 kilometers to go. Here comes Pidcock. Should be able to get time with Pidcock by now. So what am I looking at? I'm looking at the 3 chases. So they timed Pidcock at 3 minutes and 37 seconds now. Jai Hindley's at 4:16. So unfortunately, Pidcock is just out of the medals. He lost a lot of time quickly. So the time is sticking at 118 now. Pogacar still at the front with a gap of 1 minute and 18 seconds. So saying the gap is 3,000 meters, so he's over a kilometer ahead. So 3,000 meters. Is 3,000 meters or 4,000 meters is a kilometer? No, so it's just short of a kilometer. 4,000 meters is a kilometer. So it looks like they've chopped this feed. So the feeds are okay until they start getting those high numbers. Once they start getting those high numbers, 6,000, 7,000, then they get flagged. So they've chopped the feeds. So I can't see what's going on because the guys that were showing it, they were showing it illegally. And the crazy thing is, as long as they've got like 1 or 2 viewers, they usually won't get flagged, or they can show the whole thing. But once, the numbers get up like 7,000, 8,000, 10, one guy had 13,000 people. And then it gets in the algorithm, and like the UCI people see it and they chop you. So the gap is out to 120 now. 25 kilometers to go. Remco, Scamosa, and Healy are racing for second and third. Somebody is going to be disappointed and just miss out on a medal. So with 23 kilometers to go, looks like Remco and our company have it back to 117. Like they're chopping the time. It's great. It's fluctuating up and down, but the thing is, it's fluctuating in the wrong direction. They get some seconds back, and then they lose some seconds. And I'm pretty sure there's the time they get back is when Remco goes on the front. But when he goes on the front and gets off, those guys don't continue the effort, unfortunately. So just trying to find the feed at the minute. So yeah, looks like I can't get any. So it looks like 117, 23 kilometers to go. 117 is the gap. Remco is in front. And we recap the race. Remco attacked on the Mount Kigali, which is a 5 kilometer climb. It has some pretty brutal sections in it. And he was able to go away. He took Ayuso with him. Then after they got over the top, Isaac Del Toro bridged up to them. And then once they got over, you see Isaac Del Toro have a word with Tadej Pogacar, and they would work together. But then when they got to the next climb, Isaac Del Toro just went to the front and went hard, and that got rid of Juan Ayuso. And then Isaac Del Toro and Tadej Pogacar worked together for a little bit until he could ride no more. Then once he popped, he went back. But before he popped, Pogacar actually slowed down a little bit to try and keep him in there. like basically telling him like, look, dude, you ride your bike, you got a medal. But it was just too much for Isaac Del Toro. But he's his legs are new, and this is in the coming years. I don't think that would be a big ask of him. I think he will take care of the business. But that was a fantastic ride by Isaac Del Toro to help Pogacar to get up there where he is now. And then you had Tom Pidcock chase on, and then you had Ben Healy. And then it's crazy because Remco had two bike changes. Remco had serious problems today, serious problems, but it was able to still, uh, be in the the first chasing group of the leader. So we'll see. So it's still 117 with 20 kilometers to go. I don't see an abandon yet from. Also, Richard Carapaz is abandoned. Luz Verveke, abandoned. The one person I don't see an abandon yet from is Charles Kagame. I can tell you he would try to ride to the end. Charles Kagame would try and ride. He wants to finish. So they found 7 seconds somewhere, so they've gotten the gap down to 110. Pogacar was 117, 120, but now it's down to 110. So that only means that Remco is on the front, just kicking it up, man. It's probably like it's now or never, and he's really kicking it up. And it doesn't matter because Pogacar's got way too much time in hand to really worry about uh, that time. So they're going to hit this climb one more time, and this is where the gap's going to be maintained, or where Remco will lose time because he just doesn't have those legs to keep climbing like Pogacar does, or even Hindley does. So Evenepoel, he looks like he's gotten away from Scamosa and Matthias. So it looks like 15 seconds. And it looks like Remco wants to make sure he gets a silver medal. So we got first is on the road by himself, second place is on the road by himself, third and fourth place are together, Scamosa, Ben Healy. Then we got Pidcock on the road by himself, and then Hindley. Then the group of Primoz Roglic. So I got Pogacar in the lead, with Remco Evenepoel at 108. Matheus Moses and Ben Healy at 119. At 4 minutes and 4 minutes and 46 seconds at Thomas Pidcock. 5 minutes is Jai Hindley. So I think the Pidcock Hindley, that group will come together with the Roglic group. Somebody put up a bill who will finish second. I would listen to like a guy that I know, but it's I can't deal. It's too negative for me. So it looks like someone's put their legal feedback up. 'em. So the gap is like Ramco has definitely dropped. Ramco has definitely gotten rid of. So we're back. I think we found it. 17 kilometers to go. Pogacar's 107. He's on. The Slovenian fans are just, those guys are amazing. So you got Remco at 107. And we got the chase of Scamosa and Healy at 125. Then we got Pitcock at 503. .1 kilometers to go. The gap is at 108. Pogacar's got one more lap. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to see where Remco got rid of Scamosa. So he's only 20 seconds ahead of Scamosa and Healy. So when it comes to this type of distance and this one-on-one and this much climbing, this is where Remco comes undone, unfortunately. So this race is only 260 kilometers. When it's not so much climbing, it tends to be 280 to 300 kilometers. So the time is going out to 1:13 now. So Remco is losing time, but so is Scamosa and Ben Healy. Pickock still the fourth rider or the fourth group on the road at 5:29. He still hasn't been caught by the peloton. He'll probably catch him any minute now. Pickock probably got caught in this last lap by the Ruggles group. So as we see Remco on the climb, Pogacar about to go through the bell lap. Remco putting time on Scamosa and Healy. So his silver matter's looking more secure. But he's 118, so he got it down to 108, but then it's going back up. He like lost 10 seconds and lost all that time on the climb. Last lap for Pogacar. With the beautiful buildings of Kigali in the background. Man, Remco lost quite a bit of time on that last climb. So it's almost a minute 30 back. It rolls a reverse, so the same place he caught Pogacar and hurt Pogacar. Pogacar is pretty much done went the other way around. The crowd is amazing. The crowd is massive. If Remco coming through the start finish. There goes Remco. 1 lap to go. Now you have Scamosa and Healy. And it's going to be a heartbreak for one of these guys because there's only one medal up for grabs. And if I'm correct, I think Scamosa will try, but I think Healy will try the hardest. Healy's going to try his hardest to get that medal. So Remco went from having tons of bike problems to being solo for silver medal. I think Healy's going to get third. Why? I'm going to be silly. He's going to get third because of the luck of the Irish. Poggi on his way to the 12 kilometers to go. A minute 24 on Evenepoel. The gap is just growing now. I think anything that's left in the tank, Poggi was going to definitely give it to up to 129 now. Remco has managed to put 30 seconds on Scamosa and Healy. The group is finally called Pickup, so now there's no more riders in no man's land. So there's just one group at 5:41 back. Pogacar fighting now. Looks like it's getting tough. First time I've seen him stand up. Remco with the long distance time trial now. That's all he can do. He's not going to catch Pogacar. What he got to do is just ride hard. Make sure he gets that silver medal, so he'll go away with 2 medals. So thanks for tuning in. This is just audio. I have no video. I'm sorry. Just call it as it is. So Pogacar is a minute and 29 in front of Evenepoel, who's in second place. And in third place is the group of Scamosa and Ben Healy, 2 minutes and 9 seconds back. So Pogacar went from 100 kilometers to go. Coming up on 10 kilometers. Pogacar still has a minute 28. So now it's just pretty much going to be a formality. Get through to the finish. So in the time trial, Pogacar finished just behind Remco. And in the road race, Remco is going to finish just behind Pogacar. So Pogacar's got a gap of 129 now, whereas Camosa and Healy now are 216 back. And the main group is 6 minutes back. And it looks like Roglic is in another group. So there's a group of five: Ciccone, Ayuso, Datoro, Iluleo, Iluleleo, and Scoins. So they're 30 seconds ahead of the Roglic group. And the Roglic group is at 6 minutes and 33 back. $9K to go. Staying at 129, it hasn't. I'm wondering if it'll get to 130. It may do, I don't know. But yeah, Scamosa and Healy are really falling off. I think those two are falling off because I think they realize they got enough time in front of everyone else and have to worry about challenging for or staying ahead of the group to make sure they get third. So they're I guess they're getting off the gas. It's like Remco's getting one and 2 seconds back here and there, but it won't be enough. So that's 105. This Pogacar carries this to the end. That'll be 105 pro victories, 8.3 kilometers to go. So you have Pogacar 125 ahead, 7.7 kilometers to go. And like Scamosa and Ben Healy in the battle for the bronze medal, 2 minutes and 34 behind. And Giulio Ciccone group with Ayuso, Ulalilo, Del Toro, and Scoins at 6 minutes. And then you have the Primoz Roglic group at 6 minutes and 33. Make sure you hit the like button. I don't know why I'm chewing for so long, dude. I guess it's good food. So chewing and talking is probably not a good thing, but I'm hungry. Sorry. Been here for quite some time. This is a long race. So we have 7 kilometers left to go. And we are about to hit the Côte de Kigali. We're at the top of the Côte de Kigali, Côte de Kigali Gulf, and 7.1 kilometers to go. And it looks like Pogacar's on his way. So after, he's at the top of the Côte de Kigali, almost he's got another two little peaks. He's going to go up and then sort of up, down, and then up, like really short little up and downs before he starts to really descend. And then he's got to hit that one last climb of the Côte de Kimara. Is it Kimihu? Kimihanrura. The Kimihanrura. So he's got to hit that for the last time, and once he gets over that, that'll be 2 world championships in a row. But I just thought it was crazy that they designed this course to like there's a climbing course, so it's in the favor of Tadej Pogacar. So they built the course for Bogey. Pogacar is just a machine. He's an amazing machine. Pogacar. Is he on the last climb? No. He's on this last little peak before he hits the big climb. So he's gonna, because you just can't get away from the amount of climbing that there is. So Remco just hit the last little up that Pogacar's on now. So Pogacar's hitting the downhill. And Pogacar's got enough time to like he could just cruise in. He don't gotta put in the effort. He's got a whole minute and 30 seconds to play with. So he's on the last descent. He's on the last descent. There we go. And it's 6 kilometers to go. 6 kilometers to go, so one more climb. So the big battle is going to be for the bronze medal between Scamosa and Ben Healy. So this would be for either one of them. This would be an amazing win. A bronze medal. Just imagine a bronze medal is an amazing win. So Healy's attacked. So I didn't see where that happened. It's going to show. So it says Healy is at 226 and Scamosa is 244. So like I said, the luck of the Irish, I called it. It's the luck of the Irish. So is it attack or just maybe on this last little climb, Scamosa just didn't have it anymore? And I think Healy's the better climber of the two. It's definitely the better climber of the two. So it looks like Healy really putting the pressure on. So Healy is now in solo third by himself, and there goes Healy, and Scamosa just gave up the ghost. Scamosa just gave up the ghost. Like I said, Healy is a rider that's he's developing all the way around, and I think he's going to be a really good stage rider in the future. He's going to be a really good stage rider in the future. So you have Pogacar at 1:27, and you see Remco Evenepoel. No, so Pogacar's got 1:27 over Remco Evenepoel. Ben Healy is at 2:30. Matteo Scamosa is losing time, so he's now 20 seconds behind Healy, and they're about to hit the last climb. So Healy is riding for that bronze medal. This is going to be an amazing win for Healy. As long as he can stay ahead on this downhill, so they're both on the downhill now, and they're gassing it up, and Pogacar is halfway up the climb. Remco is about to hit the climb. Can't see, the cameras are all blocking. So the guy who's filming the thing, he's trying to see the finish line instead of keeping the camera here. This is crazy. So I don't know if I'll get to see the finish because the guy who's filming, he looked like he's pretty excited. So he's in the final kilometer. No, it can't be in the final. I guess there's a little bit of delay on the TV. Scalmosa cracked. He cracked just before the end. So it says 2.1 kilometers to go. So there's a bit of a delay on the screen. See if we could get it to get back up. The crowd is just massive. 1.6 kilometers to go. Remco's in second place, 1:30. So time is going out to 1:30 now. 1.3 kilometers to go for Tadej Pogacar. Looks like Tadej Pogacar is going to go back-to-back of World Championships, and it looks like that third place is definitely going up the road for Matteo Scamosas. That's a shame. So the luck of the Irish is definitely at play. Ben Healy getting on that podium, that's going to be like a massive, 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 massive win for him. And too many people on the stream now. It's like 8,000 people on the stream, so I think it's going to get locked up just before they finish. So Pogacar finishes, he wins. It says finish. Slovenia, Pogacar wins. So this must be delayed. It's definitely delayed. So we're waiting for Remco to come in. So it's still on my screen. There's a bit of a delay on the feed, but Tadej Pogacar has won his second. Why is it saying Pogacar wins? That's career win 105 for Tadej Pogacar. Edwards, sorry. Third place for Ben Healy. So that's your podium. Tadej Pogacar, Remco Evenepoel, Ben Healy, Matteo Scalmosa just missed out. Ben Healy was definitely the stronger rider. Getting the medal is almost as big as winning the stage at the Tour de France. He is paddling that bike, boy. Van Haley is putting the pedal to the metal. Tadej Pogacar's at the front, just going through the formalities. So to finish the race, Scum also finished third, but the feed's a little bit behind. He's watching Tadej Pogacar climb to the finish. Man, that looked painful. That looked like it hurt. One kilometer under the red kite. So he started to celebrate. 2 in a row, baby. 2 in a row. Tadej Pogacar. 2 in a row. Tadej Pogacar, baby. The solo win. That was different, so they made the camera stop. The cameras were supposed to turn off, but they made them stop. But the stream just got chopped just as he's finishing. That's crazy. Anyway. Here comes Remco for second place. Pretty good performance by Remco. It's outclassed today by Tadej Pogacar. They finished, but we just watching them coming through. Monica has no reason to be upset because you weren't going to finish with you were going to finish with Pogacar. No way you were going to finish with Pogacar. Dan Healy to take that bronze medal. That's a big performance. Big performance. So when the group comes up, I'll bring it up to the screen. So you can see the group. Damn, the crowd is massive. Crowd is massive, boy.